No 1 for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cole. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a first down.
Oh. I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got it. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Oh, excuse me.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery.
No.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. On second down, Kamara. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And he's to the 33, good enough for a first down. And 7 yards on the play, and they're deep. Conversion on 3rd down.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL converting on 3rd down, so it's no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Mayfield. There's Chris Olave. Down at about the 23-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. First down, Mayfield.
Give me that song.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And his guys are able to extend their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns CD.
Then you know how to like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Damn straight.
Now for the point after. It's It's good to make it 17-7.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good too.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
The throw over the middle, taken in. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd down.
No.
Cook.
Oh yeah.
Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
I fucked that one up.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield down.
No.
And that is incomplete.
When they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 28 yards.
Give me that, bird.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now in the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
That fucking
And this one goes nowhere.
dick.
Losing yardage on the play
That
back
was
at the 46.
terrible. Holy
A
Lord.
completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
No.
His throw's going to be incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Olave. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So now Charles on a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
No.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
At this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, third and 14. Now we're going to keep timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And it's fielded at the 34.
Oh,
That will go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Mistake.
And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
15-second
shy of the 20. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Chris Godwin up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Tua Tagovailoa leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory.
No way. Can't wait to see what
With
Tua
that,
actually
we take a
does
look at
this
the
season,
next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Saints, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition doesn't focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Looking to throw on second down. Parks. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Parks. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3.
Can't hold me, son.
It brings up fourth down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to get the ball up. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, Mayfield, flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down, and finish this one off.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Mayfield. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. That one goes for 24 yards. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. And sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Well, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go.
That's another dub. I got that.
It's not as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Mayfield keeps it himself, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Baker Mayfield scoring on the sneak from the yard out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench, because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. And they'll turn to Kamara.
And he is into the end zone to put the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football, you often find good running lanes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand They've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm impressed.
Operating from the gun. Parks. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Right, complacency because they're down 3 touchdowns. Right. We're down because, we really need the ball back. Yeah, 28-7.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Mayfield. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Okay, RB. Oh.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A give to Kamara running right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Kamara up the middle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you're not an offensive coordinator. You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend of the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in.
Oh, yeah.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Parks. And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd down, Parks. Over the middle, complete. That's Barrett. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Nah.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Back to throw again. And he's taken down here by the Saints. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Parks. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there keeping the toes in bounds. They got it right there on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Parks under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards left.
It's not critical about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Coach, I know you're not mad.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as
I know
they
you
line
ain't
up and
mad.
go for 2.
It's 31-13.
They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Big play.
So your boy from
And the Saints add on to their lead, and they're also closing in on a fifth straight victory. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a two-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. The fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Throwing to start the drive. Parks got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilkins. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second and a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw. Parks. He finds his man complete. It's Wilkins. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on first down. Parks. He finds his man complete. That's Barrett. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense. They made sure to let his quarterback know. Just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
2 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Nice game, fellas.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to